maybe the opposite of a meditation practice could be checking social media. How does social media affect the brain?
We're animals that have two tendencies that we can go into, right? So the brain is immensely plastic. It can learn. It can learn anything. And that's what I went in deeply in mastery, right? You're learning the piano, you're learning basketball, you're learning writing, whatever it is. And the way you learn and the way you master something is through repetition, a particular kind of repetition. And it's a habit. It becomes a habit. It becomes a very positive habit that you probably picked up, hopefully, in childhood when you learned something like that, right? And so you see, habits can be positive. They can change my life. But then there are negative habits, right? And unfortunately, the negative habits are much more powerful. The positive habits take a great deal of effort to amass. The negative habits take no effort at all. They just occur to you. You play a video game, you get onto online porn, you're on social media checking your Instagram account. These are addictions that require zero effort, and they use the same power of the brain, which is repetitive action over and over and over again, because the brain wants to do that. It's comforting to the brain to have some kind of repetitive action. So you're either through great effort pushing yourself up and learning something and developing skill and mastery, which is to me one of the most glorious things you can reach, to master whatever you're doing. It's a wonderful feeling. It takes effort, or you're just sliding down that pole, down, 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 down into habits. And social media is just like that. And the one thing you have to understand is the people who design these things. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not some old dinosaur preaching against social media. I'm guilty of it. I check my Instagram account. I'm sorry, I do. I'm human, right? But I've learned to as far as possible, control it, right? But the people who make these things, the engineers, they are incredibly smart, sharp people. They have studied all of the marketing techniques. They know the little sounds, the little beeps, the little jingles, the little doodahs on your phone. They're going to get you, they're going to appeal to that animal part of you, right?
Yeah.
And so you are their product. You are what they're selling. You become part of the game that they are complete. You're being engineered by them, right?
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because this is exactly what I'm writing about now.
Okay.
So that power that we have to rewire our brains, the plasticity, is so immense and so beautiful. It's what's allowing me to slowly try and recover from my stroke. But it also allows us to be programmed by other people, to have our brains rewired. And we're in the process of rewiring our brains through social media. So it's not like you want to get rid of it out of your life, but you want to be able to control it like that rider and the horse.
Yeah.
You want to have a degree of analytical skills and say, every time I hear that little ding on my phone that's making my Instagram thing, you check it, you step back and go, I know that they're manipulating me. All right, do I need to check at this moment or not? So it kind of plays back to what I was saying before. It's not all evil or bad, because there's some great things that happen in social media, and I've met some of the most amazing people in my life, and I've had great experiences by it. So it's not all bad, but it goes back to exactly what I was saying before. Are you in control of it, or is it in control of you?
Yeah. As we're all spending more time online through the pandemic and more virtual meetings and talk of metaverse sort of based life, what do you think people can be doing to keep that humanity and to resist these forces?
Well, a degree of awareness, which is sort of the theme of the laws of human nature. I mean, what we all want in life are experiences, right? We're bored animals. We want novelty. We want surprise. We want something new and different. But we're the creation of millions of years of evolution. Our brains are wired a certain way. And to me, what makes a human being a magnificent creation is our ability to make things, to do things, to interact with our environment. That's what made us powerful, right? We're monitoring the animals around us. We're monitoring the weather. We're figuring out how we can control to some degree the situation around us. We're making tools out of stone or wood, or I'm going way back, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's who we are. But when you delve into the virtual world, you're like canceling out your human nature because we are not really designed for that. That's not what our brains are designed for. It's not designed for these immaterial, intangible worlds that have no kind of limits or power. They're not like pressing against us. And when you enter that world, you kind of neutralize all the great mental powers that the human being has, right? So if you're in search of experiences, if you're bored and you need something to take you out of your mundane life, which is the subject of my new book, by the way, and is actually a good emotion to be feeling, right? What you want is you want to go outside. You want to climb a mountain, right? You want to get on your mountain bike and you want to go right up a hill and just go out in nature. You want to find, if you're, if you're a straight male, you want to find a woman and you want to seduce her. You want to go out in the world and do things and make things and have experiences and not sit in there with stupid Zuckerberg's little virtual world with your little glasses on, being sucked into that virtuality. You're losing what makes you a human being, what makes you powerful, and you will pay a price for it. You'll get little dings of pleasure, but you won't be creating your creative energy. You won't be maximizing the powers of the human brain.